doesn't mean that we are okay with everything that's going on, but we realize that something is happening and we need to take control back. And we need to reinvent, we need to innovate, we need to recharge, and we need to do something differently to feel okay. Now, as all these stages are happening, we're all called for compassion, for kindness, for understanding. These times are calling for us to get into our hearts. And remember, we talked about the demands coming at us. So there's a lot of demands coming globally. News are constantly using the sensational news, whatever they need to do to scare us. Not that we don't need to be informed. We do need to be informed, but there's a limit to it. And there's family and friends and social media telling us many, many things. So this is all coming at us horizontally. That's when we need to go vertically into our hearts, deep into ourselves, to our wisdom, to our intuition, to our knowing. And each one of us have that capacity and ability. The times are calling for the coherence of the mind and the heart, for the harmony of the doing and the being. And the more we focus on our highest priorities and taking actions and planning and informations that's going to move us, we feel in control. And when we are in control, what happens to our stress? Does it go up or does it go down? Goes down. Yes, yes, John, right? So is this being helpful to everyone? So what can we control? Yes, thank you, Anne-Marie. Yes, if you think it is helping, say yes. If there's an aha moment, put exclamations, give me back. So, you know, we are putting, instead of live, virtual into place, so we can still connect and talk to each other and engage and know these subtleties of acknowledging, which is also important with our teams, right? As most of us are remotely doing business, the subtleties of acknowledgements have lessened. So we need to be aware and deliberately give more acknowledgments, not only for a great job done, for a job that is good, and we need to be sensitive to that, and we need to let our team, our employees, our family members know we are okay. We need to give more acknowledgement, because like this, it's a little harder, but we can be creative and innovative, right? So I am going to look at the chat box. I see Wise. Yes, yes, yes. So let's do a power pause. Go, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. I know some of you are not maybe feeling the energy. Pretend and do it, because there is science showing that this does change your stamina. It's not only our mind that talks to our bodies talk to our minds as well. So when we take a power pose, whatever your power pose is, your body is telling to your brain, we are safe, we're feeling empowered, let's go, let's focus now. So what do you think some of the things we can control right now so we feel empowered? Can you put it in the chat box or unmute yourself and tell me? Some of the things you can control. How we help others. Yes, definitely.
I like to play my guitar.
Playing guitar, yes.
Stupid jokes.
I love your humor. They are not stupid at all, John. Humor is a great, great recharger and a stress reliever. So please continue. It's really important.
Can I give you my wife's number? Would you call her and tell her that it's okay?
Absolutely. Text me her phone number. Regular schedule of meals and exercise, engaging healthy habits. Beautiful. Yes, yes. We can control our breath. We can control our attitude. We can control our meals. Stay on routine. This is so important. to bring some kind of consistent routine creates normalcy. And this is not only for our household, for our teams, it's important as well. Because the teams, yes, do you have a question, Tommy?
I have a comment. So, you know,
Yes.
when this whole situation started, I continued to put on dress pants and a dress shirt and a tie. And some people who see me on video know I was doing that. And like a couple weeks in, I stopped doing that. And I started like just wearing, like, if I was wearing a shirt, I'd have like sweatpants on. Like I have it, but like today I got up and I pressed a shirt and I put on a pair of dress pants, like, and it's a different situation because, like, at least I was forcing myself to play like I always played in the same uniform, and I got lazy. But I feel better today just having gotten, like, done the deed kind of thing. I know I can control that. I didn't want to press my own shirt. I haven't had to do that since high school, but because we don't go to the dry cleaners anymore.
Yes.
But hey, that's my dad.
And that's great. I'm happy you shared that, and that's important. I was going to ask you if you felt better or not. We want some kind of normalcy, and that changes for each one of us. Again, asking yourself, what do I need? What will make me feel good? What will make me feel that I'm on a routine? Yes, Ed.
Yeah, so I was just going to say what we've been doing is actually making a list of positive things we want to accomplish during this period, so that when this is all over and we're back to normal, rather than focusing on all the bad things that are going on, we can say, hey, look what we got done in this time period. Look at the people we helped. Look at the things we did in our family, and kind of focus on the positives.
Yes, beautiful. That's really important. And, you know, at these challenging times are also times of opportunity. There are opportunities to, you know, reinvent. There are opportunities that we can do things differently or keep focusing on our priorities and set ourselves for success when we can come out of this. And how I learned about this is, you know, life taught me a lot. I was blessed with so much stress. I became a stress mastery educator. And I remember when I was 15, being in the emergency room on a stretcher. And my parents were not around. And I was hearing the doctors saying she fractured her neck. She may not walk. I was trying to move my legs. I was trying to stand up to see where my parents were, but they were not around because we were in a car accident. My uncle died, and my father and my mother were in oxygen tank fighting for their fight. And I was on a stretcher all by myself, hearing surgery, cannot walk, what will happen? At that moment, something also else happened, that I was able to go to my inner resources. When we cannot deal with the demands, we have to go to our inner resources. And something in me, some strength was coming up, some voice from inside of me, you can't give up now. You have to be determined. This does not need to be your prognosis. And some people call me stubborn. Some people call me determined. But of course, after surgery and after months of working with medical team and my family, I was able to walk. And that was the start of a big challenge for me. And I started understanding how to deal with stress, understanding at age 15, what do I need to do moving forward? Because years to come, I still had some problems with my neck and doing things. I couldn't do it as my friends did it. Later on in life, this kept helping me in different challenges. But from there, you know, I decided that I wanted to study the body. I wanted to do something in the medical field. So some opportunity opened up for me. And it made me also realize how precious life is. That I decided that day that I was going to live fully. And I was going to do everything in life, give and have a zestful life. And that also determined for me to come to this country at age 22 all by myself, not knowing anyone. And it helped me transition and adapt. And from there, many other things happened. And finally, when unexpectedly, my marriage was dissolved after 20 years, and I had to do things, I felt like the whole rug was pulled from under my feet. I remembered all those moments of darkness and crisis, which I'm sure you all have some moments like that, where we have some wisdom. We did come back, that we can all go back and draw from. And that is when I decided that I was going to do everything in my power. I had 3 children, so that I was again living a full life. So I used what I knew, then I learned new things. I went to every seminar, read every book. Then when I started seeing I could transform my stress into well-being and success, and I thought if I could do this, everybody can. And I called 10 people to my living room to share with them how to transform their stress. 10 people brought 20, brought 30. And after 15 years, just because of that crisis moment that I went and I shared my knowledge, I've helped thousands of people. And we each can do that. So remember when you came back from a crisis, what you did for yourself, what opportunities opened up. It's hard to see that at this moment, but it is there for all of us. Yes, John, very much so, right? September 11th, and yeah, wow. Yes, and we all have those moments, right? And we come. So what do? What we do is we focus on the things we want to expand. Focus on the things you want to expand. Focus on your well-being. Focus on the things you have. Rather than going to scarcity, let's go to what is going well right now. As hard as it is, I know it can be very hard at times. I'm not saying this is an easy thing, but at the same time, the awe of life is still going on. The buds are coming, cherry trees, magnolia trees, birds are chirping, sun is shining, sometimes rain is coming down. And I find, I don't know about you, but I find every morning I have a deepened sense of gratitude that I'm waking up and I'm healthy and I'm going, I love each cell in my body. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, each cell. Please continue to work in optimum order. So another thing, right? The gratitude. Gratitude, but not as a head exercise, but as a heart feeling exercise. Just going, thank you. So is this being helpful? I want to take you through I'm going to take you through another process, which is my process that I created based on neuroscience. And it is called, which I will show you the slides, but I want you to first experience it, which is called a SAFE process. At this time, as we all want to feel safe, I want to take you through a process, then I will show you in the slides what it is like. So I will invite you at this moment, if you're comfortable, to close your eyes or to have a gaze, or if you're not comfortable, keep them open. However you feel, as this is your time, and with the sound of the bells, I invite you to just pause and connect to your breath. And just watch your inhalation. Inhaling and exhaling through your nose. And just arrive to your body. See where that breath is going in your body. And just feel your body, the sensations in your body. Are you feeling warm, cold? Are you relaxed? Are you tensed? Without any criticism, any judgment. Just observe yourself. Feel the soles of your feet, the palms of your hands, the inner and outer corners of your eyes, expanding from your head into each corner of your body. And then bring your attention to your heart center. You may want to put your hand on your heart or just bring your attention to your heart center. Knowing where your attention goes, your energy flows, just connect to your heart. And think of someone, something, a pet, a memory, a place, a song that makes you feel loved and loving, appreciated or appreciating. And to the best of your ability, stay with it. For some of you, this may be easy. For some of you, it may require practice. Just accepting where you are as you are. And still having that intention to connect to that love, to that appreciation. And if there is any worry going on right now towards any person, including yourself, turn it into care, into how much love you have for that person, whether that's you or a loved one. If there's any anxiety, turn it to love, allowing yourself to relax, allowing yourself to expand in love and appreciation, allowing your heart to smile. Maybe your face has a little smile and your heart going, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And allow this feeling to expand and circulate from your heart into each cell in your body. And then ask yourself, how do I want to show up when I open my eyes? How do I want to show up for myself, for my family, for my work? And if anything surfaces, just allow it. If nothing comes up, allow that too. Accepting yourself where you are as you are. And when you're ready, slowly start coming back to your body, feeling your body, wiggling your toes, moving your fingers, and opening your eyes when you're ready. Was this helpful? Why? You can put a Y in the chat box and an N also if no. And that's okay, I won't get offended. I just want you to know what helps you. So yes or no, Y or N. Very moving and cleansing, thank you. So I will share my screen with you right now to show you what we've done so that you understand the science behind this, because all the things that I do has science behind it. So I call myself an alchemist of science, spirit, and business. And I want to show you what we've just done so you can understand it. Okay. Okay, here we go. Oops, we went to the... So, can everyone see my screen? Yes? So this is the executive brain. When we are in a freeze fight mode, we are on the lizard brain, where it is the red part of the brain. That's the survival part. And that survival part, the lizard brain, is always looking for our safety. So any perceived threat is going to make our amygdala, that's the amygdala, go berserk. And it shuts down and all the blood goes to the amygdala. So what we did was by breathing, when you breathe, your brain thinks you're safe. So by breathing, we hacked the amygdala and we went into the monkey brain. The monkey brain is all the chatter and the emotional part of your brain. And all it wants to know is about feelings. Am I loved? Do I belong? Am I grateful? So that allows us to hack that part of the brain to go to the executive, to the green part. And the executive brain is where our wisdom is, what differentiates us as human beings, where we can focus, where problem solutions reside, where innovation is, where creativity is. So once we can do that, then we are centered. And when we are centered, we can think more clearly, we can make better decisions because our perceptions have changed. And perceptions create decisions, create actions. So when we go to our executive brain, we are likely to make better decisions and go ahead and not only survive, but thrive. That's why the practices are very important. And this is what I have created, and I call it my SAFE method. So we did, S is for stop and scan. We stopped, we connected to our breath, we scanned our body, because a lot of the time when we are anxious, we are in our heads. So in our heads, we create more anxiety and we go on a spin. So we stop and we scan and we get into our body, we become mindful. The S is for allowing and accepting. So instead of judging, criticizing, we need to allow ourselves. If we are worried, we're worried. If we are irritated, we're irritated. If we're sad, we're sad. We need to allow ourselves to feel and to be so that we can go wherever we need to go. And then the F is the feel and the filter. Once we go into the feeling and we look at it, okay, I'm feeling scared right now. Is this the feeling I want? No, what do I want? I want to feel safe. How do I feel safe? By connecting to something that I love, something I'm appreciating, something I'm grateful for. And then the E is the engage and the empower. Now that we hacked the amygdala, the lizard brain, and we hacked the monkey brain, and we are in the executive brain, we can decide how do we want to engage with ourselves, with our business, and what we need to do. So this is the SAFE method that we just all did. So this is called the recharge. So there's many different recharges that we can do, which I will stop sharing. There is more I can share here, but I'm going to stop sharing so we can talk and I can answer some questions. How are we doing with time, Ed? You're muted. You're muted.
We are scheduled till 1 o'clock,
Okay.
but I'm not in a rush, so everybody can just drop off as they'd like.
Okay, was this practice helpful to you? Put a Y or an N and then let me know. Y, yes. Wonderful. It is really important to allow ourselves where we are, but it's really important to allow others to where they are. This is not time to fix others or tell them what to do, but really understanding and paying attention and having clear communication to understand. So let's go to the teams and let's go, because I want to talk a little bit about our business and also a little bit about the recharge methods too. But in our businesses as well, if you're seeing a team member or an employee being a little bit snippy, and normally they're very kind, they're gentle, but they're being snippy, Reach out. Something is happening. Instead of, oh, what's wrong with them? Now I have to deal with this. I had enough problems and now he's snipping at me. Versus there's something going on in Al's life right now. I better reach out to see what's happening. Or they're late to all the meetings where they were timely before. So it is not times to call for, yes, Lisa, holding space is integral and very important. Yes. And that's really important. And if you can, I've been working with some teams, we have implemented that every morning they do a 15-minute connection call in the morning so that there is some normalcy and some routine. Some want it, some don't want it, but it's like regrouping and engaging. The first thing, I mean, this is just a suggestion, in 15 minutes, and maybe you can go around and ask what is on everyone's mind. And if they don't want to share, they say pass, or they say what's on their mind. So, or you can do some humor. You can invite John, he'll help you with that. Please. So you can use some humor. You can ask, you can use it as a time for normalcy. What dinner did you have? Did you enjoy it? What you watch? Some kind of routine. Another thing you may want to do that we're implementing with the teams that I am working is having like an office hour. So the office hour is just like when a manager talks to someone and you go in the office and they shut the door. So you make very clear rules and you can tell your team, I will have an office hour from 1 to 2 daily. Anyone that needs it comes to the office hour and they have to talk to you 10 minutes or less. And when that person comes into the office, you lock the door. Virtually, you lock it in so nobody else can come. It's like shutting the door. So if there's any other team member or employee that needs that time, when they come, if they see the door locked, they know to come back in 10 minutes. Of course, we need to be very clear in our boundaries. Someone is knocking the door.
You muted till death.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, so they really want to come in the room. That's, there are different innovative ways to do things and to have some normalcy and to come together to acknowledge each other. Whatever you can do for your team, your employees. At this point, we're all leaders. How we lead ourselves, what we bring to the table, anxiety, irritability, fear, worry is contagious. So is calm, peace, gratitude, and presence. So what do you want to bring to yourself and to your loved ones and to your work? That's really an important thing also. I'm looking at the checkbox, I'm talking and I'm not reading. Let's see what everybody is saying. Katie is saying, I have been on many Zoom meetings lately, as I'm sure we all have been. This was a wonderful change and time to refuel. Oh, thank you, Katie. I appreciate that. John, this is like a breath of fresh air. Oh, thank you. Oh, great. This is much fun and relaxing. I'm so happy to hear that. And that is important, right? To allow ourselves and giving permission, because some people are feeling guilty. How can I be joyous and calm at this time? Well, this is the time I need to be joyous and calm. This is the time I need to expand into who I am. This is the time I want to lead the way I want to see the world. And this is the time that will determine how I come out of this as I do my practices. So what are some of the practices you all are doing to recharge yourself? Let's talk about that. So we put that into the hour before I go. Yes, some guilt because of your good fortune. Yes, we all have those moments. But then realizing and saying, how can I give myself permission? This is needed. We are all experiencing humanness. We are all human. And this is a roller coaster ride. Some of us more than others, but we are all momentarily going through those things. I love what you said, John, with the, do you want to say that? Come, unmute yourself. Meditation, running, yoga, beautiful.
Oh, sure.
Yes.
Yeah, the other day I was talking with my wife and I said, now that I'm retired, I think I'm going to take up painting. And she said, I think that's a wonderful idea. Start with the living room.
I love that. Yes, so running, yoga, nature, journaling, music, dancing. So there is the essentials, and the essentials are eating healthy, hydrating, movement, exercise, rest, sleeping well, recharging, and connection. Connection is very important for our stress and for our immune system. We may be physically distant, but that doesn't mean we cannot be socially engaged. And this engagement is crucial to our well-being. And some of the recharge things are the yoga, the dancing, the nature, walking. Find yourself. So I want each one of you right now to decide, what are you consistently going to practice this week? And I'm going to hold you accountable. So maybe you can put it in the chat box, or come out, unmute and say what you're gonna do, what you are going to be accountable for this week that you will do to recharge yourself consistently. Exercise every day. Beautiful. Let me see. Breathing, exercise, reading, taking breaks in workday. So important to take breaks. I didn't talk about that, Ed. Thanks for mentioning it. Nobody can work 8 hours straight. Our brain doesn't allow it. You're fooling yourself if you think you're working. You're not. You're just adding stress to your life. Writing, yes, writing is very important. Conscious of checking my own battery. Yes, yes, yes. So before we end, so we can be timely, let's look at your stress that we looked at before from 0 to 10. And is there a decrease in your stress levels right now? Yes, yes, yes. Wow. Thank you. I'm so grateful for you. This is the power of community. This is when we get together and we help each other to raise our vibration, to raise the way we feel. This is the power of connection. And this is the power of your decision to be here today, to do something for yourself, and to discover ways, or to be reminded of, or to be connected to like-minded people, so we take control. So we not only survive, but we thrive. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Tildette, do you want to open it up for some questions?
Yes, I would love to.
Let me unmute everybody.
Yes, any questions, comments, sharing?
I think everyone's unmuted. Anybody have any questions for Tildette?
Yes, Elaine. I think Elaine does.
Yes, I just wanted to know, will there be a recording of this sent to us or not really?
Yeah, we are recording this. We'll send it out.
Good. It's a lot to try to write everything down and remember everything.
Yes, it is a lot. I'll send.
You're not going to do good on the test.
No, these days, unfortunately, it's yeah, that's the case. Thank you.
We're having a thunderstorm in Middle Village right now.
Is that stressing you, John?
No, actually, rain relaxes me. It really does. Unless
sounds like it's time to go out for a cigar, John.
No.
Yes. Tommy, I see you leaning in. Do you have a question?
So there's been this like whole episode where like I allow myself to get in a funk and just kind of wallow there. and it's really lazy and inappropriate. And you know, just talking about.
May I interrupt right now? May I interrupt?
Sure.
So instead of labeling it as lazy and inappropriate, how can you be more compassionate for yourself and say, at this moment, maybe you're saddened, maybe you're at the stage of depression and sadness that we talked about in the grief process. So instead, can you say, okay, I am feeling not up to task right now. I'm low energy right now. So what can I do to energize myself? Instead of, that is where, like, instead of correcting ourselves, just being compassionate and allowing, because we're all going to feel something. These times are difficult times. It's not, you know, everything is going to come up, and we're being triggered in many different ways. The triggers are coming. All old wounds are arising with the new fears and the uncertainties. So it is a compassionate heart for ourselves and for each other. Is that helpful, Tommy? Can you try to do that?
Without a doubt. Yeah, I certainly can. And words have meanings, till that, right? So when you, I think at least from my perspective, sometimes I'm a little tough on myself. So I appreciate that. You always have the ability to change my mindset. So thank you. I appreciate being here.
Thank you. And what Tommy brought up, the words are very important. So really pay attention to the language you're using. Instead of stress, maybe we can use adventure. That we're in an adventure. It like, instead of saying I'm so stressed, it already feels tense in your body, right? But when you say I'm in an adventure, there's some openness to it. And you know, yes, we want, there is, the times are dark, yet optimism is something we can learn and practice. And that doesn't mean don't be real, yet also be real in your intention and your goals and where you want to go. That's also very important. Yes, an adventure. We are in an adventure, and we are discovering different things, and we are tapping into things we didn't know existed, and we're drawing from our inner resources. And what is to come from this, we don't know yet. So be curious, asking questions instead of judging. I am feeling low energy right now. Why would that be? Well, you know, I have all these children. I'm doing homeschooling. I'm working. I'm home. I'm not getting dressed as I used to. I don't have my office space. On and on and on and on. We were not made for so many demands. So can we be compassionate? Yes, John.
Yes. You know, Ed at the beginning of the session said that today is the beginning of Passover, and it's also the beginning of the 3 days of Holy Week, the most important days. Those are both of freedom. Yes. And I think that if we capitalize on that thought of freedom, that we can become free and as from the fears of the COVID.
Yes. Beautifully said. Thank you very much. Yes.
Amen.
Amen. Everyone is good?
Everyone is good. Thank you,
good.
Tilda.
Yes, so I hand it over to you, Ed.
Well, if nobody has any questions, that was fantastic, Tilda, as usual. I feel a lot better. I'm monitoring the chat box. Sounds like everybody else feels better too. There are some people that are asking if they can have a one-on-one with you. I'm sure that you'd be open to that.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So I do. Maybe I'll tell a little bit what I do. I do coaching. I do team building. I do staff training. I'm an inspirational speaker, and you can get in touch with me at tildet@tildet.com. Is my email. Once you learn my name, the rest is easy. TILDET. And any questions, anything? Yes, I would love to be there for you, of service and helping you, your team, whatever you need. Thank you, Ed. Yes.
Yeah, and I'll also say, Tildette sends out a lot of great resources surrounding a lot of emails that I read all the time regarding this kind of thing. She also has, events all the time that I've plugged into myself that I really, really enjoyed. Unless anybody has any objection to it, I will share the list of emails with her so that she can send you timely information. If you do not want to get that, just put, please do not add me in the chat box and I won't add you.
And there was a question. Nancy Duncan had a question. I don't know if you guys saw that. Or...
No, I didn't. Thank you.
Can you see it, Tildette?
Let me go to the chat box and put this on and see.
What word can you got it, Tommy? What word can you use to change the feeling of anger when someone has intentionally taken something?
Yes. I claim my power back. I claim my power back, because you're giving that person the power and you're allowing, they somehow pushed your buttons, and anger comes usually when someone breaks our rules or they don't meet our expectations. So either we have to communicate to them clearly what the rules are, and sometimes that's hard to do, but then claiming our power and taking some time and really determining the conversation, and that's a whole different class we can do on communication and how to communicate to really allow the other person understand our needs. And I call it value-driven communication, where we honor each other's values, but we come to terms with each other. But that's a great question, Nancy. Yes, I see. Oh, okay. Okay, so that means, Nancy, there's a lot going on that we cannot resolve in this moment, but you need to claim your power back somehow, love, and I hope that you can do it, but it will require a longer conversation, as you can see, right? And being confined in one place with others is bringing a lot up for everyone. Great. Yes, I'm looking forward to hear from you, Nancy.
Okay, I don't see anything else till that. Anybody have any final questions? Great. Till that, thank you. This was fantastic, as always. Thank you to everybody for joining us today.
Thank you.
A very happy Passover, Easter, whatever it is that you celebrate, and stay safe and healthy, and hope to see you all soon. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, bye, John. Bye, Lisa.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
Ed, can I get the recording as well?
Yes.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It might be broken up a little bit. I did notice during the session that we lost. So, but I definitely got the bulk of it. So I'll send whatever we have to you.
Yeah, whatever you have, just in case. I think, yes, that will be helpful.
That was great. And
great, thank you.
So I'll send you the list of the attendees so that you can connect with them.
I appreciate that. That will be wonderful.
Yeah. I think, everybody got a lot of value out of this as expected.
Great, thank you. And I will see you tonight.
Oh,
hopefully,
tonight?
Don't forget, tonight is the Heart Center community.
Oh, okay, great. I'm glad you mentioned that, because I did not have that on my calendar. But I've been listening to the daily meditations, and I've.
Is it helpful?
Yeah, definitely. Without a
Great,
doubt.
wonderful. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'll send it to them. Maybe I'll send to everyone in the email list, whoever wanted to be, that this Heart Center community is going on, if that's okay with you.
Sure.
That
Yeah.
will be great. Okay,
Okay.
wonderful.
All
Thanks
right.
so much.
All right, till then, have a
Good
great day.
care.
See you later.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.